Hello, and welcome to my video. I'm going to be making some mini paintings, but instead of doing my usual type of paintings, I'm going to try to make it more spooky. But before we get into any of that, first things first, I gotta make some cookies. Now, I've seen these cookies, I've never tried them. They looked good, and they have pumpkins on them, so they have to be good. So here I am trying one. It was good. On to the video. So I had the idea, I wanted to do some like vampire fangs, or like just teeth. I really like painting and drawing teeth. It's quite fun. And so we're doing some vampire fangs. For something like this, I usually sketch it out with, as you see here, a colored pencil, just straight onto the tiny canvas, just to get my bearings of where everything is. Actually, for this one, I took a picture of my own mouth, so I had to snarl into a camera to get a reference for this. But I used another mouth from Pinterest, someone else's photo for the other one. But yeah, a little behind the scenes, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to always get your own references, so I use Pinterest a lot, but when I can, I'll try to get my own references. So now I'm going over the whole canvas with a layer of a base color. I put too much on in the beginning, but basically just water down acrylic paint just to set a base value for everything to go off of. I usually do this in a red or a pink, or maybe sometimes like an orange, usually like on the more warm colors, but since this is like a mouth and there's lots of warm colors already in it, I thought it would be better to do like a blue. So a lot of the times when starting a painting, I usually go in with the darker values first. I think this is a normal kind of tactic for a lot of people, especially with like portraits and different things. And it's really satisfying too. I mean, just look at that. How nice. But it basically like sets a good start to everything. You can just kind of do the darks, go into the middle tones, and get lighter from there. It's harder whenever you put a really light color on an already pretty light canvas and then be able to see where that value sits with the rest of the painting later on than if you're starting darker and going lighter. I don't know if this goes for other artists, but I really like this stage of a painting where it's like very simple blocked in shapes and not a lot of detail yet. There's something about it. I just loved how this looks already, and it gets me excited for like what's to come next. So let's get into why I'm going with this spooky theme for this series of paintings, or this video. It's currently September 29th, so October's coming up quick, and that means spooky season, aka Halloween time, which I love. And I have some markets coming up around my town that are gonna be more on the Halloween theme of things, and just during this whole time you want to see a lot more spooky things. So I figured I'd make some paintings for these markets coming up. And I know this is only my second video I've posted on here, and my first one, I guess, showing the full process of how I make my mini paintings, but this is kind of like, I don't know if it's like my thing, but at the markets I go to, this is like my main selling thing, which are these, as you can see, tiny little paintings, and they come with an easel, so you can like set it on a desk or a shelf or whatever, and they're really fun. I love making them, and I usually, or like lately I've been doing lots of, beaches or flowers or scenery, like, I don't know. So I haven't done a lot of spooky things lately, but I do love drawing and painting spooky things. and I just love Halloween in general. So getting back into it, getting out of summer. That's kind of all I have to say for now. I'll just let the video play and you can watch the process go down, just so you don't have to hear me yap the whole time. But it's only my second video, so I figured I should give some bit of commentary. Anyway, enjoy. Okay, so here are the two completed vampire teeth fang paintings. I really like how they turned out with the colors and everything. And now I wanted to do two more paintings of like a night sky, kind of spooky tree with the moon combo. And so I'm just prepping the whole canvas with a solid color of purple for both of these. I saw some like photos on Pinterest of just like really cool looking skies with trees like silhouettes and moons, and I've done like other moon paintings in the past, so it's kind of something I've done before, but making it the color scheme a little bit more Halloween like. So I'm actually using a nail art brush here because it's the thinnest, skinniest brush I can find, but even then it's like at a certain point a brush is so thin that if you put any amount of pressure, it almost like the paint won't go on to the canvas because there's like nothing to push the paint onto the canvas. So you kind of, it's weird, like you kind of have to water it down a bit to get it to slide off onto the canvas, instead of just like it just won't stick if there's not that much paint on it. So a constant struggle with, I guess, making such small paintings. You have to use very small instruments. I feel like such a makeup guru person narrating over this. I'm like, I'm going in with this brush and I'm doing this thing, placing a bit of color here and a bit of this there. I feel like I need to hold up the paintbrush and let it focus into the camera like the makeup people do. Okay, so if you're wondering like, why is she painting two of the same thing, or like the same thing but slightly different? Well, it makes it way more efficient. Whenever I have an idea for a mini painting, I'll try and make multiple, not really copies, but just variants of that idea, because you want to have a lot of things for people to buy. And I do make prints so people can buy the same image, like multiple people can own the same image, but something about having your own original piece of art is what's so special about these tiny paintings. Is like, I couldn't replicate a painting over and over again of like a bigger size the way I can for a mini painting. And they're still like all unique in their own way and different with their colors and the layout of everything. So that's kind of how I work. But here are the final paintings. They look really cool together. I feel like they give off like whenever I do a painting all together, it gives off the same vibe of each other. Like they bounce off of each other. So I'm really happy with how they turned out, and I hope whoever buys these enjoys them, and maybe they'll see this video, and that's pretty cool to see the process of it. So I'll plan to do more videos like this, or just process of my paintings or different things I do in my sketchbook or whatever it may be. So thank you for watching. See you next time.